Terry Fox statue defaced in Ottawa, sparking condemnation. Condemnation. A photo circulated online of the statue with a sign saying "Mandate Freedom" stuck to it and holding an upside down Canadian flag. I think this was all about me. Who else wasn't free? Me and the Adamson barbecue guy. A lot of people felt like they weren't free, maybe when it came to how we were being treated, or we wanted more money or whatnot. But who else? I mean, I'm the only one that really. But mandate. How about mandate freedom? Choosing not to or not uh, get a vaccine or not. Certain ones that were in the work in the public and all that all the time, they, in my opinion, should get the vaccine. But when it comes to ones that don't, well, you know what? I don't know. Some should get the vaccine. Do I think it should be all the way mandated? Well, I don't know because that's the thing. Me myself, I know I want to go to this movie theater and do a good video and whatnot, but necessarily some people, yeah, they do. I think it's a person by person basis should be mandated. Not everybody's in general, but there should be specific ones that should be mandated to get it, which there has been already. Sort of the ones that were already clean to begin with, like our young new service people. They were clean and fresh out of college and ready to go. They didn't need it. It was like ones, well, yeah, you could say me quite possibly, but how about some of the other ones that are even far dirtier than me? I'm one of the leading ones, right? But I'm much like a Terry. Well, Terry had a full leg problem, and it was, and no, Terry's a story that many Canadians know of, and well, me specifically, I really felt close to Terry Fox, the Terry Fox story. We learned it all in school. You know, he ran from one side of Canada to the next and whatnot, and he was without the leg and had a prosthetic leg. And in Canada, you grow up doing the Terry Fox run and learning about Terry Fox and all different things. And I went through the whole Terry Fox in Canada. Same with jump rope for heart, and many other things that I do in Canada. I'm from Canada. And but I got to go down south, but that's neither the fact. While I was here in Canada as a kid, I learned all about Terry Fox, went through the whole Terry Fox thing. I was here for that's how much I went to school in Canada. Uh yeah, oh, there's been so many times. I even went to the Toronto Science Center when I was a kid around the Terry Fox days. And there's been somebody that's been looking at me since then. Terry Fox, though, but we always looked at him. And that's part of being a man. You have times when people look at you and times when they don't. Like right now is Terry Fox's time, and it is for many people to look at him. But but also Terry Fox goes home and nobody's looking at him at all really anymore. Like as a man to survive generally, no matter what, if it's on video or just out of word of mouth, some people are just people, like even any job that you do in the world as a man or a woman is the time that people look at you or whatever. So you learn to be presentable. And Fox never let that, whatever happened with his leg, I guess we can learn quickly, stop him from achieving his goals and being presentable. So we had a lot of disabled and handicapped people sort of in Canada and whatnot. We have a large population, me being one of them. And I knew that from a kid that I was disabled or something. But the story of Terry Fox, it was like, Tommy, you're going to be overweight, this and that, and disabled. But comparative to Terry Fox, you're going to make it so far, Tom, because he had no leg. And he did this and he did that. So I never questioned my ability at all, because look at Terry Fox go. And if Terry Fox can go and lead the way, I can run behind him or roll behind him or whatever. And that was the story of Fox, Terry Fox. Not the story, but that's what you would get out of it. Get out of the story, sort of. That was the root sort of motivation when you're a kid of Terry Fox. I'm not sure about the years. We'll have to look. Oh, 1 second. Is there a Wikipedia? Oh, you got the Terry Fox Foundation, terryfox.org. You got Terry Fox Wikipedia we can read. July 28th, 1958 to June 28th, 1981. So this was in the 80s, in the 60s and 70s and 80s. He didn't die too old. He was maybe 30 something, almost mid 30s. He never gave up. Try like Terry. Terry Fox, an inspiration for everyone. Relax yourself. Relax yourself. Who was Terry Fox? Terry Fox was a Canadian athlete, humanitarian, and cancer research activist. After losing his leg to cancer at only 18 years of age, Terry set out to do the impossible. Run across Canada, 1 marathon a day in pursuit of his dream to find a cure for cancer. When you grow up in Canada, I remember how my mind has got shifted. But I like how this map brings me back to that state of mind. I can go back to that state of mind, but my mind shifts all around the world. But there's nothing better than that Canadian state of mind, the one that we were born sort of with, where we just thought about our country. There was no east to west back then for me. It was Yukon, Northwest Territories, Nunavut, British Columbia, Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, and the rest of them. It was the provinces. We learned the provinces. New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and Labrador. We learned all these things in our major cities. And Winnipeg, Regina. But I've been even a Banff. I've been as far as Banff. I guess is what they say. Actually, I've been as far as Kamloops, I think. Yep, I've been out to Kamloops. What was the Marathon of Hope in 1980? Terry's journey to raise money for cancer research began. Oh yeah, it was all about funding money for cancer research from the cancer which he lost his leg with. Yeah, and I have a prosthesis on my tooth. Just so happens that I also have a prosthesis, and my left leg, I broke the fibia and tibia in, and it's horrible.